Get ready for a journey full of monsters, my prehistoric friends, because we are moving to the Jurassic Marsh, a world of giant dinosaurs and delicious cobblestone. It is the ninth world of our team adventure and yet another hope to find Dave's Taco. Today, we will have lots of fun while dealing with various dinosaurs and an insanely strong Gargantuar. Without further ado, let's dive deep into a new team adventure. Alert, user Dave, my sensors indicate we have moved millions of years into the past. Yubbers, that's before I was even born. Correct, we seem to have landed in some form of Jurassic Marsh. I knew I smelled more oxygen. That's right, Crazy Dave, because the local zombies are way tougher than all previous ones. Even day 1 of the Jurassic Marsh wasn't easy, as it contained 2 waves of zombies and lots of bucketheads with fossil heads. It was way more than enough to scare me, and that was only the first level out of 32. This epoch is known for its unusual life forms, user Dave. I know, gymnosperms, right? You were pretty close, user Dave, and that's not even a joke. I was thinking more in terms of saurians, user Dave, dinosaurs. T-Rex versus Paleoloxodon medicus. Who would win? Let me know in the comments. Well, it was my introduction to day 2, which included our first dinosaur, a blue one called Raptor. This guy isn't the most dangerous one, but he can definitely cause us some troubles. Fortunately, I had a chance to try out the Miss Celto in a new reality, and it obviously worked perfectly. Don't forget about using the Ice Queen on that stage. Day 3 was the first conveyor belt level, so let me tell you an interesting fact about dinosaurs. Did you know that the first dinosaur was described only 200 years ago? In 1824, English naturalist William Buckland recognized a huge reptile that wasn't a known living species. The creature he discovered was Megalosaurus. I hope you enjoyed it. On day 4, I realized that the snow pea wasn't as efficient as it was in the previous 8 worlds, where he could easily destroy all the zombies by himself. The zombie spam, combined with the dinosaur punch, became a huge problem for our snowy friend. However, even that couldn't stop us from beating the level with our favorite pea shooter. On day 5, the zombie spam got even worse, and the Jurassic Imp wasn't the best present either. Without a normal amount of sun, it reminds me more of a survival game rather than a home defense. I just don't have enough suns to prepare any significant defense on my own. That's why I have to use the winter mint as often as I can. I can feel the ground trembling, Penny. More dinos? Indeed, user Dave. A herd of Stegosaurus approaches. Well, that's not a good news for us, because now we have to deal with them. And because of the rules of my challenge, I can't do nothing about them. That hurts me a lot. So, if they raise the rate, I'll raise it even higher. Here is the best plant ever created by Crazy Dave, the called Snapdragon. A bro finally made it back to his home. He's just a great answer to all of those stupid dinosaurs. Day 7 was a great conveyor belt level dedicated to the primal Johnny. Did you know that about 75% of hazelnuts comes from Turkey? Also, the state of Oregon in the United States grows many of them. On day 8, we once again played with the snow pea, as I didn't search for an easy option to beat that level. Also, the local cone heads looks pretty strange. I just don't like the primal cones. Day 9 was about playing with the local plants, and it was a great experience. I had lots of fun while making dinosaurs fall in love with me. However, even playing with local plants wasn't so easy, as reptiles made everything to push zombies forward to my lawn movers. I won't forget that. Day 10 was really hard, as it became the point where not a single strategy was working anymore, as we've got imposters at the back of the lawn. Since then, not a single plant has been safe because of the pterosaur and his love for delivering zombies straight to my lawn mowers. The only way to beat the level was by digging up plants and then replacing them in the needed row and sell. Yeah, it worked, but we left with a single snow pea and the cold snapdragon. 10 out of 10, PopCap. On day 11, I decided to plant as many cold snapdragons as I could, as it was the only option to deal with imposters. Fortunately, most of them survived, and the level was successfully completed with the help of the iceberg latches. Don't you still believe in its supremacy? On day 12, I couldn't lose more than 6 plants, but at first I thought I couldn't plant more than 6 plants, and everything was fine. I would pay $100 to see my own reaction when I found an opportunity to beat the level right before failing it because of the primal Gargantuars. Those guys are really tough, but I'm smarter, and that's why I beat them. Day 13 was a typical level of the Jurassic Marsh, and I have nothing to say about it. However, did you know I like Gangsta Floppa? I would hire this guy as my bodyguard. Day 14 was yet another conveyor belt level, which included my favorite grape shot. Nothing is better in this world than a good explosion of juicy grapes. There is no more place for an interesting facts, because the whole video will turn into a compilation of interesting facts. That's enough. However, day 15 was a hard one, as we had to protect Johnny the Walnut from the primal bites. That's why I decided to take the heavy artillery, the Ice Shroom. That dude can defeat any type of zombie, especially the heavy ones. He is literally a killing machine that nothing and no one can stop. Even the primal Gargantuar was shocked by his toughness. Oh, and after successfully finishing the level, we received a Meteorite. Look, Penny, a fresh star honky. A Meteorite, curious. My records indicate this should be bigger, like super burrito sized, more like super Seattle sized. I hope history hasn't gone awry. Interesting fact, that scene literally killed all the dinosaurs around 66 million years ago. It is called the KT extinction event, and I hope you find this interesting to search on your own. Day 16 was the middle milestone and a great opportunity to express my feelings about that world. For me, the Jurassic Marsh was never a favorite world, rather it was my least favorite one. I don't really like the dinosaur mechanics and the enormous zombie spam on every level, including a Gargantuar, who is used like a regular zombie. Remember that the real hardness lies not in a brainless zombie spam, but in a good mix of various zombies and mechanics. Oh, and that level was really hard, because I spent around 20 minutes to beat it. On day 17, I had to deal with lots of prehistoric imps. Well, I almost lost a lawn mower because of the lack of sun, but the chili pepper saved me from a total collapse. Day 18 included too many tanky zombies. This world had such a fast pace, so I couldn't even understand what was happening. Do you know I dislike the local bucket heads, as their buckets are made of cobblestone? Bro should have waited for the Iron Age to make himself a real bucket. Day 19 was a conveyor belt level that included a cold snapdragon, but unfortunately it is unbeatable with only a snow dragon, so I suggest you to skip that level. On day 20, I had to produce 2000 suns, so I finally had a great opportunity to play with some expensive plants. I also had to protect my sunflowers from the stupid dinosaurs, so the ice shrooms played the role of Johnny the Walnut. I definitely loved that level, as it was the first day that included a wintermelon, my favorite ice brooder. Even the local Garg was shocked by my defense. Day 21 included a new type of zombie, which isn't a hard enemy, as he isn't immune to the frozen peas. At that point, it wasn't even a strategy anymore, as I was thinking only of surviving that enormous zombie spam with a limited amount of sun. Just try to beat these levels with only ice plants and you will definitely understand my reaction. By the end of the level, I left without a single plant on my lawn, except for 3 ice dude. Day 22 was my favorite type of level because it is the last stand level. This time I decided to beat it using the wintermelons, as I didn't want to think about using the snow piece, as I was really tired of playing with it. Fortunately, I picked a good strategy and the level was successfully completed on the first attempt. I was proud of myself. On day 23, I finally decided to try out the frost bonnet once again. I can't recommend using it on that stage, as it is too slow for such a fast world. One of the zombies has almost reached the lawnmower, and the only thing that stopped him was the iceberg latches, not a frost bonnet, because it didn't even realize that the prehistoric zombie broke our defense. Bro is definitely outdated at the Jurassic Marsh. Thanks to such a cool plant, I lost all the lawnmowers. On day 24, things got even worse, as the snow pea boosted with the ice mint couldn't stop huge groups of zombies, so I had to use the heavy artillery, the ice shroom. Sometimes the dinosaurs were my allies, as they transported heavy zombies at the back of the lawn, so I didn't have to deal with them anymore. You can do some good things if you want to, giant reptile. Day 25 was the prime time of the Ankylosaurus, as he turned the terrible situation into a catastrophic one. He just pushed everyone to the beginning of the lawn and left me one by one against the heavy zombies. That's not fair. I didn't agree to play Plants vs Dinosaurs, I just wanted to play Plants vs Zombies 2 without dinosaurs in its name. On day 26, I almost failed the level because of the lack of sun, but fortunately the chili pepper saved me once again. At first, I thought I couldn't make it as the situation was getting worse and worse, but like I said, I was lucky, really lucky. Day 27 was my revenge on the stupid dinosaurs, as they could do nothing to such a tough plant combination, called Snapdragon, boosted by the ice shroom and protected by the wintermelon, was the real stronghold against everyone and every type of zombie, including dinosaurs. Once they entered the lawn, they were immediately defeated. The level was beaten in less than a minute. On day 28, I decided to use the same strategy, but now with the sun deficit. It was a truly great decision, and I easily beat the level without losing a single lawnmower. On day 29, I had to survive the zombie attack with the given plants. Here's a fun fact. One of the garlic costumes in Plants vs Zombies 2 references SpongeBob SquarePants, being the glove world hat. Put like on this video if you like SpongeBob, because I do. They thought it was a really massive zombie attack, which was held by the toughest of all ice plants. Just try to replay it without a single sunflower to understand how hard it is, as this level had 3 Gargantuars at a time. On day 31 we had to survive the zombie attack with the given plants, but this time we finally had an opportunity to beat it with only ice plants, as the level included a good old called Snapdragon. That dude is unstoppable. Well, it was really hard at the end, and here you can see what it's like beating the Jurassic Marsh without a winter mint. I just hate a ticking rock. Day 32 was an easy fight with the Dr. Zomboss. Unfortunately, it didn't contain any ice plants, so the battle with him was pretty usual. I detect an incoming meteor, user Dave. I advise immediate egress from this time zone. Bye bye dinos, you will be birdies in no time. Anyway, the key is mine, which means that we are moving to the big wave beach. Another 32 levels, but this time with the fresh summer water.